Hi there, and welcome to Busternet. On today's show, yes, you see it, it's Gloucester City. And I've created a character or a manager called Rashidi Yakini II. He will be managing Gloucester City. We are going to imagine that Rashidi Yakini II is a former international footballer who's trying to cut his teeth in football management. So he's off to try his best with a side called Gloucester City. You can see I've created a fairly 20s, so it'll help in training later, if you want to use the defeat challenge, stuff like that. If you want to play more challenging aspects, of course, that has to be a lot lower, and you're probably going to come in like a Sunday league footballer. But we want to do certain things with this safe and to try different things out. And one of the things that I do in my Gloucester City saves, or my lower league management saves, is that I actually have a system. And in my system, what I normally do is I have a preparation list for my club. I usually start with checking the wage budget, setting up training, setting up the set piece routine, setting up tactics, setting up the club DNA, assessing a squad. Then I do a league comparison to see how they fit against the other teams in the league, and this will allow me to ascertain what their weaknesses are. And then I go out there based on the wage budget, see whether I can hire staff, trial players, and then I'll set up friendlies. Finally, if I need to, then I look at notebook reminders as well to remind me of things that I may have overlooked. So I usually follow a pretty bog basic start for all my lower league management. In fact, this would be the way I start every single game. It's my prep list. So based on the prep list, the first thing I would do is I would go to the finances and see what my allowable finances are. My wage budget is actually 4079, and I am currently spending 3591, and there is not a lot of room for me. Okay, so there is not a lot of room for me to grow, so I have to be very, very careful in how I spend my wage budget. You can see there's nothing. I got no transfer budget, I've got zero, so I've only got like a real minimum for me to play with. So we have to be very careful with what we do. So when I go to my training, I'll look at my coaches, and as you can see, I don't have a lot of very good coaches. So here I got Matt Rose, who's pretty average, and we're using him even for goalkeeping coaching. And then I've got Mark Richards, who's a player coach, and myself. I have to train quite a few categories, and hopefully that is enough. We are gonna fire one of my coaches. I'm definitely gonna fire the ass man, so I don't need him. So we're gonna mutually terminate the ass man right now, and we're gonna bring in somebody else who can help us. He's earning 150 per week. Okay, so we're gonna say goodbye to Mark Rose. Thank you for all the fish. We don't need you anymore. And the next thing I do after I've done this is I go down to my training itself, and you can see a team training. When you're doing a lower league management, you can't really schedule anything because it's still non-professional side. And you can see that we have quite a few friendlies set up. So fitness is going to be high, and for preseason. Second thing I do is I look at friendlies. As you can see here, we've got a few friendlies lined up, and I want to use the friendlies to generate some revenue. So what we'll do is we're going to arrange a friendly, and I'll pick this date. I can pick one as early as this Sunday, so I can see how my players do. So similar reputation teams, or one larger reputation team, Cheltenham. There's no fee here, but we can get about 45,000 in income, so that's a lot of good money. So we'll invite them over, then I'll arrange another friendly. We'll do one more friendly because we're going to be playing a few matches, so we'll arrange another friendly on the 13th, and I'll choose when I look through the teams, you see that's going to be their fee. So 610 income that they can generate. So what we see here, all the fees, right? So I've already got Cheltenham, so now I'm going to look for a team that's got a reasonable fee, preferably zero. If they have a high fee, then sometimes they may even have a good income from the game. So let's pick one of these teams. If you go for like zero, sometimes the income is only 1,000. I think one of these teams will be fine. Hereford, so it's 1,500 and I get income of 4,500, which is pretty good. So I get like 2,500 income, as opposed to some of the others which are 0 and 1,000. So here I make a bit more. Here I'm making 1,000, so that's probably gonna be around the same. So we're gonna arrange a couple of friendlies and hopefully get a good season going. So we've done friendlies, we've set up the some of the training as well, and we checked the wage budget. So now it's time for me to look at the tactics, set piece routines, and then go on to club DNA. So how do I use league comparison? Basically, it's very simple. I look at the league comparison, and then I look at my core role attributes that I listed in my book, which tells me what kind of players are good for support, what kind of players are good for defend, and what kind of players are good for attack. Now, then I look at my players and I determine at a glance. Now I know I know in my head already what my core role attributes are. When I'm looking at this, I know I don't have a lot of creative juices running my strikers, right? When I'm looking at midfielders, based on what I wrote in the book, okay, I don't have a team that is very good at working together. Okay, they will not be able to concentrate. They don't have any composure with the ball, and they definitely might not even slide in for the challenge. Not only will they lack that ability to slide in for a challenge, they may not even help their mate out if he's in trouble. So yes, this is my midfield. So how do I fix all this? I invite the whole world on trial. That's what I do. I just go find players and I just go through them like this and I go zoom. I like to make sure that they have decent natural fitness. So I've invited quite a few. If I take this here, then I go offer a trial, and I offer them 4 weeks trial, and I go through. You can do 50 at a go, and we have quite a few. If you look at this, look at all this. This is my mouse. Okay, this is how many people are coming on trial, and it's not gonna stop. I've already played 2 friendlies so far, and we've lost both of them. If I look at my squad, I know I've got serious weaknesses. For one thing, we don't have fullbacks. What I do is I go through my squad, and then you can even hear the sound in my voice. I gotta do this. Oh, okay. So this is what I do for LLM. So if I have to go through, I go through the pain and torture of the first season. It's always pain and torture, but when they come through, it's always a good thing. So let's look at my defenders. So looking on I call this my destroyer DNA, but what I'm looking for is actually this CRA defend. What are they like when it comes to defending? I'm going to remove these 2 guys. These 2 guys have just joined me on loan. So the first thing you want to do is move them to the under 23 squad. Really, you don't want them to be in your main squad. So the under 23, looking at my under 23 squad, is basically everybody is on loan is in the under 23 squad. So they don't mess with the actual team. That's my team. My main team has to. If not, they're not going to get fit fast. Just the whole squad is going to be unfit. So I'm just moving them to the under 23 squad, and now I'm just looking at my defenders. If I look at my defenders, you notice one thing. Basically, kind of sad. Defenders tackling position. Okay, 10 and 9s is not bad. Acceleration and marking, this is low. And if I look at their basic DNA for defenders as well as defensive midfielders, concentration and anticipation is very low. It's 7 and 8. I got one player who's got 4. Okay, and that's way too low. Off the ball ratings, I don't really care. I'm looking at physicals a lot. Pace acceleration. So they're also very slow. So my central defenders aren't good. I don't really care. This 5 stars potential and abilities relative to your squad. So you don't really pay attention to all this. I wouldn't even bother looking at this right now, because what I'm more concerned is the players that are coming through. So we have a lot of players coming in on loan. So I got to accept them, let them get on with the business of going on trial, and then we'll have another batch of players coming on trial. I go through this every time I take over a non-league side, and for me it is the most effective way for me to find players. In terms of but you gotta make sure that your finances don't go overboard. With these trialies, you won't be an issue, but I know that I can't sign too many players. That means that in my squad, there are going to be players that are not going to be in my main team eventually. So now during preseason, I look at the players and I make a determination as to who do I think is going to stay and who is going to be on my short list to go. For my defenders, I need them all to be they need acceleration, concentration, anticipation, marking, tackling, positioning. All right. So these are the basic things I want them to have. I need concentration as well in my midfielders. So if I'm looking at my defensive midfielders, it's another sad story. Concentrate. Look at that. Chris Knowles, 4 for concentration, anticipation 10, determination 2. This dude is not playing for me. I really don't think he is. Transfer status, transfer listed, add to unwanted list. I'm definitely not going to use him because I can't have players with 2. This is the extreme bad situation that you want in a you don't want anything less than 9, okay, for non-league. All right, if their determination is very low, they're never going to get better. And you know, when the shit hits the fan, these are the first guys that are going to go, hey dude, I'm just leaving, you know, I don't like this fan, I'm not going to help you guys out. So I definitely don't want him. So he's gone for the sell or release. Okay, and then you come here and you just set a date. Okay, so I'm setting a date 23rd, set this as the date and continue. Your Chris Knowles might come up to me and go, dude, why have you done that to me? And I'm going, go, mate, that's the way the cookie crumbles. So in terms of my tactic, it's like simple 3 central defenders, 1 playing on cover. The goalkeeper has been told to distribute it to the central. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to overhaul position defenders. Okay, that's it. I'm playing long ball. I'm going to kick the ball up. And then the guys at the back, they dribble less, take few risky passes. A lot of them have been told to take few risky passes, except for the 2 guys on the flanks. Up front, the same thing. They're all not doing few risky passes. They all move. This guy's moving into channels. This guy's tackling. He's doing a high block. This guy is doing a high block. Except I want him to play like I want him to attack more centrally, so he's sitting narrower and closing down much more. So that's basically in terms of shouts. I'm going to use exploit the middle because I plan to play through the middle. Actually, not really. So I'm just going to leave it. So I'm not going to play through the middle. Don't think I want to do that. So here we are. Basically, it's a very strange looking 3-4-3. So here we are, Salford versus Gloucester City. Our first game of the season is an away match. And we play against mighty Salford. This will be fun. My team is not ready for the season, but I don't think anybody's ready for the season. We'll have to pop and take a look at the other team as well. Lacking matchups, yeah, I know. They go down as a draw, that'll be interesting. Okay, I'm using the CFM skin as well, so in case you people are wondering. So assertively, we'll say go out there and impress everybody. Start the match. Before I do that, let's clear all this. I was using all of these screens in preseason. I haven't told you how my preseason went either, did I? Well, my preseason was not very good actually. Let's see, my preseason was like this. It's not very often that I lose a lot of matches in preseason. I got hammered by Forest Green 5-2. We were supposed to hammer them, so they hammered us instead. So yeah, definitely we are going to be asking for trouble in this match. And I shall start the game on comprehensive and watch this game on comprehensive. Pool to Walker, that's not me, so that's Salford playing from right to left. Lynch back to Wally. Okay, so here I want to see Gloucester City stats. I probably want to see Salford stats here. Alright, there we go. 4-4-2 versus my system. Hall to Berkeley. Berkeley looks for support, finds Kotwika, finds Hanks. Hanks plays it back to Kotwika, back to Hall. Keep the ball, boys. You're not supposed to win this match. Okay, back to Kotwika. To Malcolm. Malcolm's been brought down. A foul from Richie Wellens. And Wellens is in trouble. I love this. It's early. Come on, give him a card. Gets away with a warning. Now I've got to. If he had gotten a card, I guarantee he was going to exploit through the middle for the rest of the 90 minutes. Hall with the free kick. I have not set my free kick takers. Oh, goodness me. Why have I not thought about that? See? These are things that you're supposed to do in preseason, and I forgot all about it. Okay, here we go. The boys are trying to close down. That's not too bad. Phoenix, that was pretty poor from Hall. Bailey Jones, Hall goes in, closes, tries to close down. That's not too bad. I like to see that. Walker with the ball to Poole. Okay, there's space on the left flank. This could be dangerous for us. Oh, Avery did well. So we might have a problem on the left flank. I might have to play him as an inverted wing back as well. Okay, on defense. So this is... Okay, so we are going to turn you into an inverted wing back and put you on support. Okay, too. Because apparently you're letting people past you. Okay. Ball gets to Phoenix. Phoenix tries to find somebody, but Kotwika does brilliantly. Wins the ball back. Looks up for support. Finds it in the form Okito. Hangs now with the ball. Hangs finds Kotwika. Kotwika launches one into the half. Wally cleans that up. And Avery clears the danger. Oh, this is not too bad. Opening 6 minutes. Let's see whether the change from a defensive winger to a inverted wing back helps, because I actually wanted him to play as a defensive winger on D. That's so that he doesn't actually run up the flanks and crosses. So I'm not really, the odd thing is I'm not really going for crosses this game, which is strange because I'm not playing with any width in this game. It's essentially a system set up to like defend, I guess. Demon. Bailey Jones, come on boys, pressure him. Don't let him get an easy pass out. And Odero picks that up. He finds Berkeley. Berkeley now looks up, looks right, finds Thomas. Oh, these boys are playing pretty well. Hall, back to Okito. Okito to Kotwika. Back to Hanks. Hanks finds Kotwika. The boys are trying to find their way through this team. Malcolm. Hall now, back to Okito. Okito to Thomas. I love the passing. Thomas finds Hanks. Hanks shoots. Oh, it's just wide, but it's well outside the box. No, this is looking good, so I can go to extended now. Okay, Gloucester City 0, Leicester. Leicester. Salford 0. Okay, it's a bit early for us to be in the Premiership, I guess. Okay, so in terms of match ratings, not that bad. 6.8, 6.5. Zach Kotwika 6.5. Should be a bit of a concern. I'm looking at interceptions right now. Not bad. Owie! What has Kotwika done? That was a disastrous back pass, but good play from Okito. He's come back to help defend. Okay, Wellens with the ball. Finds Barnes. Okay, I'm looking at my shape and it looks okay, but I'm not getting any penetration in terms of great chances, so we could get into trouble very quickly. Bailey Jones, Phoenix shoots, blocks, Kotwika. Oh, thank you, it's offside again. Well, if I can get a point in the first game, that's good. All I need is 20 draws, and this will be the most boring LLM management career you're gonna watch on the telly. Okay, let's see the action zones for the overall action zones. Not bad, pretty even. Possession stats, not that bad either. Corner, Hanks, in the air it goes. Odero rising up. Demon will pick this up. Recycle possession, back to Hall. Hall, back to Demon. Demon, Demon. I love that name. Avery, back to Hanks. Hanks finds Kotwika. It's still early days for this team. Hall, back to Avery. Measuring every pass they are with their low risk strategy. See, low. And shot. That would have been a nice goal. See, low risk. I don't want to see whether it's control, counter. Trust me, it's just going to confuse me. Okay, Thomas rising up. Okie dokie. Demand with the ball now. Demand. Do me a favor, Demand. Don't lose the ball. The shape looks good. I want to see what they look like at... What did Demand just do? Why is that strange? He had no options. Now that is interesting. He didn't want to take any risks. He couldn't find somebody to pass the ball to, so he just booted the ball out. Well, okay, I can accept that. It's not entirely a bad thing. Okay, that's pretty good actually. I like that. So let's look at the team's analysis for the first half. We got Gloucester City. First 45 minutes. Our average positions with the ball look like this. Pretty good. So I got a lot more penetration coming from this side of the pitch. And then without the ball, we look like this. Okay, yeah, this move, when I moved the Ikito back, was correct, because at the start of the match we didn't have a very good setup. Without the ball, he may have dropped in here, but when we were attacking with the ball, yeah, we didn't really look very good in our shape. So you can see 3 guys piled up like that. Okay, so we set our free kicks up. There we go. Our routines have all been set up. And the game's underway. Demon. Okay, we're just trying to launch the ball forward now. You can see I could move up the wrist, but I don't plan to. My first game of the season, I don't want to lose it. I usually play very conservatively in LLM for the first like 4 or 5 games, and then when I see what my team can do, that's when I start, okay, experimenting. Okay, and Hall picks it up. Hall, come on, Hall. Oh, he was close. Ooh, what a beauty, Thomas. Thomas to Kotwika. This could be a good opportunity for us. Yes! Oh, Gloucester have scored. Oh, you beauties. What determination in midfield. That's what I call grit. Oh, what a pass to Kotwika into space. And we just strike. Malcolm. Oh, you beauty. Yes. Gloucester have struck first. That's the important word here. Struck first. Okay. Alright, I'm on extended now because I am nervous. I don't want to go on key highlights. I want to watch more of this game. Okito. Okito is just clearing the danger, but the boys are back defending. We are in our own half against Salford. Salford can come back, but they're having to shoot from range, which is I'm happy with that. Now I'm looking at my team. This is where a deep bench is helpful. So we've got Hanks at 6.8. I might bring on Dean Pooley to alleviate the pressure. It's Jaspir Singh. Well done, Jaspir Singh, because your manager is actually Daljit Singh and he will fire your ass. Okay, we clear the ball. Okay, now the question is, do I want to get the goalkeeper to kick long? Okay, this is where I'm going to do something different. Okay, we're going to change his passing directions because I don't want this anymore. We will roll it out to the center backs, confirm changes. All right, we're going to now, I'm going to protect the lead. Okay, so the first thing I do is do that. Second thing I'm going to do is, if I have a chance to protect the lead, is to retain possession. Oh, Berkeley wins it back. Oh no, yeah, that's what I have to do. I have to, no, what are the boys doing? Ooh, they got an equalizer. I knew I had to do something, but I was too slow. I was way too slow to react. See, I knew I needed to make changes very quickly because we were playing with a higher line. Okay, never mind. Salford are at home. All right, we're gonna do something now. So my defensive line is really high. I'm going to drop this back, and I am going to pass into space now. I'll try and take advantage of any space that appears behind their lines. Kotwika. Tackle Okito. He loses the ball. Great defending. Back to Berkeley. Berkeley to Kotwika. Kotwika to Hanks. Hanks to Okito. Okito is an inverted wing back. Thomas to Malcolm. Back to Thomas. To Hall. To Hanks. To Thomas again. Thomas out to Kotwika. Kotwika is got options. He finds Okito. Okito shoots, forcing the save. Okay, we've got a short corner routine now. Hanks. Odero to Berkeley. Berkeley back to Kotwika. Kotwika shoots, and oh, there's another corner, I guess. Yes, we do our corners on mix, so once in a while he'll play it short. Hanks, Avery header over the bar. Well, Gloucester looking pretty dangerous right now, and I'm happy to say that. We made the mistake I wanted to drop my defensive line and play into space. But I didn't, so I paid the price by the equalizer. I knew it was going to come sooner or later. Never mind, we learned my goal was a point. I thought we were going to win this match, but I could still lose this match. But Okitu has the throw, 2 hangs. Now to Malcolm. Malcolm finds Berkeley. Berkeley shoots. Yes, it's 2-1. Oh, okay, now it's time to hold the lead. Okay, all right. No more pass into space. Retain possession. Okay, what else do we do? Okay, that's what we do. Okay, we're not gonna play into space now. We're now gonna retain possession. Retain possession is gonna cut out all my true passes. All right, and it's gonna slow the game down. Burton to Wellens. Question is, do we have what it takes to hold this team for another, under a quarter of an hour? Singh, Jasbir Singh, okay, please do not concede at the near post again. Sam Aries at 6.5. The whole team is doing pretty well for the first game of the season. 79. Hanks to Kotwicker. Kotwicker to Hanks. Hanks to Malcolm again. Finds Berkeley. Berkeley to Malcolm. Malcolm shoots. Oh my goodness, this could have been a deciding goal to bury Salford. Corner. Joe Hanks to the corner again. In the air the ball goes. Hall picks it up. Shoots from range, forcing another save from the keeper. No risk strategy is working. We are holding the game. We're holding these boys to a 2-1 lead, and it's good to see that we're in their half. Lynch rising up. Okay, we've got 5 minutes more to go, boys. This is the longest extended highlights I've ever played. Okay. Alright. Joe Hanks, 59. Okay, we're gonna waste time. This is a waste time strategy. When you want to secure a lead. Now Dean Pooley will come in for Joe Hanks. And we're gonna leave Jake Hall on the pitch. Okay, Dean Pooley, go up. That's the reason why I brought you into the club. No. Please, Wasi. No. Pool. No. No. Clear the danger. Thank you. Leroy Odero. We got 1 more minute, boys. Wellens to Burton. Burton to Wellens. Back to Phoenix. Phoenix looks for Burton. Burton, he's gonna get pulled in the box. There's still time. It's over the bar. Alright, we have 1 more minute. I can't believe it. This is nervous. I do not like playing on extended highlights, but I only do this because you guys asked me to. Okay, Jasbir Singh. Okay, Jasbir waste time. Demand to Berkeley. Berkeley to Malcolm. Malcolm, he's tackled. Oh, Avery. Come on, Avery. Don't take any chances. Yes, ref, you know the whistle is in your mouth. Come on, ref. He's offside. Thank you very much. 2-1. Gloucester City. Can they open the season with a win over Salford? Singh passing it short to Avery. Yes, Gloucester City have travelled away from home and have opened accounts against Salford. A match we were supposed to lose. We have come out and we have won this match. I just love this. Ooh, let's look at our performances from the boys. Jasbir Singh, I almost sold this guy out. Okay, I did, but he's kind of a good-looking chap, isn't he? So we left him in the club. And well, I'm hoping that he stays long. I mean, he lasts long enough in this club, because trust me, within the first 3 or 4 preseason matches, I was like, he was hot on my list to go. Then we got this guy got Jack Demand. I'm going to call him Demand from now on, regardless of what you guys may say his pronunciation is, because it certainly sounds Demand. Nick. Leroy Odero, same Avery. Gideon Okito, I brought him in. So he's played really well. Interceptions he made you can see what he's done. He's busted a gut. If you compare him to some of the other players, I mean, these guys have been busting guts, so I'm really happy. Jake Hall and Joe Hanks. Joe Hanks played brilliantly in this game. Malcolm got the goal. So my front group did well. Kotwika was supposed to play in the Eden Hazard role. He has turned in an Eden, for me it was an Eden Hazard performance. And Michael Malcolm is supposed to be my Diego Costa. Yeah. And Matthew Berkeley is supposed to be my Pedro. Well, not bad. I'm pretty happy. Yeah, you can definitely tell from my voice, can't you, that I'm like totally stoked. Okay, so we have okay, let's look at something. I like to look at these kind of things. Okay, these are things I'm always looking at. Interceptions. Now, where are my interceptions happening? This is like in LLM for me, bread and butter stuff. I have to know. Okay, interceptions all happening here. Majority of my interceptions are happening here, and these are by my defenders. So I'm playing reasonably high up the pitch. Okay, these you can see all these are Odero, most of them. And then if you're looking at second half of the game, sorry, I'm probably looking at about the same kind of pattern as well. So really, I want them to be around here. If I have a lot of interceptions here, means I'm too deep for my own liking against a lot of teams. So I'll go through the tactic one more time soon. In terms of passes, okay, let's look at another thing here. It's called key combinations. It'll tell me that this will tell me the size of my triangles actually. So when I'm looking at my combinations, I can see my triangles are pretty decent. Okay, a lot of them are involving Malcolm, and the final third is Malcolm. Here Joe Hanks. You can see the Gideon of where I was hoping it would appear. I have a very tight triangle between these three players, which I like. But at the back, yeah. At the back, I still have some concerns because these boys, I don't expect them to be doing any triangular passing from where they are sitting. They're just going to be clearing balls. So I want to see most of the passing to start with people like Jake Hall. And then on this side, they're a bit longer. So I need to make sure whoever plays in Jake Hall's role has a very good passing. Because you can see the size of his triangles there. Jake Hall makes a lot of longer passes. Whereas these three here, Joe Hanks, Kodwika and Gideon Okweto, they're not that bad. I think the best thing they introduced in the game was actually this pass combinations. It would basically tell me the size of my triangles. Okay, what about the average positions of the game? Now, I like to look at this because it'll tell me the shape of my team when I'm defending. Now, you can see I've got a pretty disciplined 5 here, all right, and 2. Now, when I'm with the ball, I'm like this. So the 3 move, and then my inverted wing backs actually come in here and here. So both of them have stepped in. So I basically form a 3 and then a 3 here, and then I'm depending on these guys. So it's not bad. The inverted wing backs work pretty well in my system. I actually changed it. Originally, I was playing this guy as a defensive winger. But now I realized that with Salford, with Gloucester City, my hands are really tight because this club actually has more central defenders and they have fullbacks. So I put Okito here, and Okito is working very well with Puli and Kodwika. So I've got these passing triangles being formed, except for this position, Jake Hall's position. So here I'm a bit concerned. Puli came on for Joe Hanks. So I got 1, 2, 3. This is a very nice passing triangle that's been created. You can see that because this guy is an anchor very much, you're not going to get a lot of great passing triangles from him, but you may find a lot of deep searching balls. So his role might change over the course of the season. Instructions I used in my 3-4-3, I guess that's what it's going to be called. My defensive line, if you notice, I started with a slightly higher defensive line, then I dropped it to normal, and then I went past into space. When I realized they were attacking me, there was a certain point in the game when they were attacking me. That's when I said, okay, fine, they're gonna probably go for the winner, so I'll pass into space and play the ball behind the lines, and hopefully we get more off the ball running as well. I'm not guaranteeing that pass into space does that, but at least you use the space, right? So they're gonna attack me, so might as well, because Salford are the favorites. They want the 3 points, so they are gonna change their mentality. Notice I didn't say what mentality they were using or shape they were using. I was just using common sense. Salford is better than you. They'll come at you in the closing stages of the match, and they'll give me a chance to get a winner, and that's exactly what happened. Okie dokie. So basically half the stuff I've talked about, it's already in my book, right? So I'm just taking the whole thing and applying to LLM right now. So Gloucester City is one of my first LLM saves, and this is a pretty long show. It's not one of my shorter shows because it's LLM, and it's how I start an LLM save. And I know some of my friends have asked me, can you do one for LLM. So I said I'll deliver. So here it is. This is my LLM save tactic. And Gloucester City have started off. I have started off my career in LLM football again. And yeah, 2-1 win over Salford. I'm stoked. I'm really happy. Sorry for the cats. I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Manager's Diaries. I'm just gonna call it that. And I hope you enjoyed it, because this is an LLM save for a manager, one of my manager diaries. And if you want to find out more information about tactics and stuff, you can always read my book. It's Buster.net, a football manager's guide. You can get it off by donating to my Patreon channel. To all those who have donated to my Patreon channel, I really want to thank all of you. You're keeping this channel going, and you make me want to do more stuff, and I'm very glad that this is happening. So yeah, if you want to get a copy of the book, just go down to www.patreon.com/Buster.net and you can find out more. And you guys have a good one, and Happy New Year. Bye bye.